Alright, welcome to my own server again. We're going to be installing PHP 5.3.0 now on our Apache 2.2.13 web server. I wanted to make note, this took a little bit of figuring out on my behalf to find it, but we need to go to windows.php.net/download/ and I'm going to show you which file you need to download because this can be rather confusing if you don't know which one to look. We don't want to download the VC9 files. We want to go down to VC6 and we want to make sure we download the thread safe one. I'm not going to get into describing what the difference is because that just would make no sense. But to keep things simple, you need to download the installer. So you go ahead and click on that and then you go ahead and click save. And then once that downloads, we'll go ahead and continue with this tutorial. Alright, now you should have it downloaded on your desktop, and we're going to go ahead and run that now. Go ahead and click run. We're going to click next, accept the license agreement. Alright, now I'm going to install this in my Apache 2.2 folder. So I'm going to go ahead and change the location. I'll open this and then I'm going to create a new folder called PHP. And then I'm going to select that and click OK. And click next. We want to install the 2.2.x module. Click next. And the Apache configuration directory, we need to find that. It's in Apache, and then just click once on config or CONF. Click OK, and then click next. Alright, the extensions. Now it tells you don't do this, so if you don't want to do this, you don't have to. But I'm going to go ahead and install all my extensions. So if you notice, I selected this one here. The extras is just the PHP manual. So if you want the PHP manual, you can go ahead and install that too. That's not required. We're going to leave the script executable off. And then we're going to click next. And then we're going to click install. Alright, now that it's finished, we go ahead and click finish. And I believe we need to restart Apache, so we go down here, click on Apache, and then click restart. Alright, now there's going to be an error, and luckily it's not near as many errors as the old one, so we don't need a PHP fix file for this one if you followed my previous tutorial. What we're going to do, we're going to go to my computer, let's see, Apache 2, and then we're going to take a look at the logs file, the error log. Alright, and now we see over here that we've got a few different extensions here that did not load correctly. So what we're going to do, since I don't know what these are and the chances are you won't need them, we're going to go ahead and go into our php.ini file. I'm just going to drag this over to the side for a minute, right there to the side where I can still see the names, and then I'm going to go to Apache 2.2, and then I'm going to open PHP, and then right here it should say PHP and it should say configuration settings, and we're going to open that. If it doesn't open in Notepad, you go ahead and select Notepad to open that with, and then we're going to go all the way to the bottom. Alright, now we see these extensions. Now what we need to do, we're going to click the error log again, and then we're going to toggle back to PHP, and we're going to drag this over so we can still see these over here. So now we're going to find this one to start with, and then we're going to add a comma or colon. Alright, and then we're going to go down and find the OCI8, which is right here, and we're going to comment that out, and then we're going to do the same one with the one just below it. Alright, and next is saying PDO OCI, which is right here. We're going to comment that out. And then this one here. Whoop. I didn't put my comment in the correct place. Has to be at the beginning. Next one is this one here. Let me see, make sure I'm getting them all. And the last one is going to be SY base. It's this one right here. And now we just go ahead and click save. And then we're going to close our error log right quick. And then we're going to restart Apache. Alright, now we're going to go back to our log folder. And we're going to look at the error log again. We scroll down. Alright, as we can see now there's no more errors. It should be right under this. And as you can see, you don't have any of these unable to load dynamic library. If you need those libraries, you're going to have to do some research to figure out how they work. Chances are they need other parts to be able to function under Windows. So then that's why it says on their website not to enable all of them, and that is one of the downfalls to the way that I just showed you to do it. But on the other hand, now you have all the PHP modules that you're more than likely to ever need already enabled. So now you should be able to you should have PHP working. Now to test this, we're going to go to our htdocs folder, and I've already removed my index.html file because chances are it's going to try to load that first. Now we're going to go ahead and launch Notepad, and what we're going to do, we're going to type in this right here. Alright, now we're going to go to File and then Save As, and we want to make sure that we do save it to our htdocs folder, and we're going to click All Files, and then we're going to call it index.php, and then click Save. Alright, now we should see index, and it should say a PHP file. So what we're going to do, we're going to open up our web browser, and then we're going to go ahead and type localhost and then press enter. Alright, so it did go ahead and list it. We can fix that later, but if you go localhost index.php, now you should be able to see this screen right here, which is your PHP info. If you don't see this screen, apparently you didn't install PHP correctly, so go back through the steps and see where you may have messed up. To avoid it from showing the index like it did, we can go to htdocs. Go to our config file, which is httpd, and it should be a default documents setting here somewhere. Alright, here it is, directory index. It says index.html. What we're going to do, we're going to type index.php, and then we can leave index.html. Now if you want index.html to load before index.php, you would move index.php after that. Now we'll go ahead and click File and then Save, and then we're going to restart Apache again. Alright, and then we're going to go to localhost again. Just go ahead and delete that, and then we can click on localhost, and it's still done it. Oh, okay, there we go. Now that we click refresh. So now that refresh, you see it didn't it won't go to the directory anymore. So we can, just to show you, we'll go ahead and take localhost one more time. Alright, there you go. And now it won't show the directory. Instead it's going to go ahead and load up that index.php.